So as you're sitting there watching this video and as people watch the replay and as the audience builds, I've had a tremendous amount of questions and comments and love around what it is that, what I'm doing around the healthy primate. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and out of all sincerity, I need you to really think about what it is I'm going to ask you. I want you to look at how, when you go to sleep at night, are you taking a sleep aid? When you sleep, how do you sleep? When you wake up in the morning, are you more exhausted or do you have energy? How much stimulant do you need, like as you get started in the morning? Are you pounding down a ton of caffeine? And then I want to look at your weight. Are you 10 to 15 pounds overweight? Are you 10 to 15 pounds underweight? And then I want you to look at the scenarios you are in your work environment. Are you working in a job that you like? Are you working around people that you stand? And at the end of the day, when you go home, do you feel like you're making a difference? Or do you feel like you're just kind of existing in there? And then when you come home, how are your relationships? How are those relationships with your significant others, with your wife, with your husband, with your children? And then when you answer all of those questions collectively, there's a term that I will use. It's called crisis mode, right? So if you are going to bed and taking things to go to bed, you're waking up, you're not sleeping well, your weight's a little bit overweight or underweight, your relationships are subpar, they're not where they need to be, you fit that narrative. I fit that narrative. Even today, as good as I do on my ups and my downs, you see, I'm stuck just like you. I battle through those things, right? And living in that crisis mode was the beginning of everything I've started. So you see, one day I was sitting in the office and I was looking around and the people around me, and I had this realization that although I'm a happy person by nature, most people around me were not happy in the scenarios that they were in. And the more and more kind of conversations and dialogues that I had, what I realized was that was kind of the normal. You know, when I would ask somebody how they were doing, they would say, "Oh, I'm okay." Or, you know, Friday comes along and people go, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like, "Oh man, it's Friday. Like, I waited all week for Friday." That is the world that we live in, and there's nothing that's wrong with that. But I got tired of living in a scenario where I was letting life happen to me versus making life happen for me. So let me say that again. Not letting life happen to me, but living life and making life happen for me. That was the basis of the Healthy Primate. That's why I started this movement. So it's much more than you see a company, a supplement brand. It's a movement, it's a lifestyle, and it started with me. I lost weight. After I lost weight, what I realized was I'd lost about 65 pounds. It was a big weight change. And after I lost the weight, what I realized was emotionally and mentally, I was really in a bad space. I was very tightly wound. And once I really started to dive in and understand how my hormones worked and how stress and anxiety was part of everything that we do. So when you go back to the crisis mode scenario that I just painted, that's the life that we all live, and that's a hormonal imbalance. So once you understand how that works, I took a 2-year journey, and in that journey, I dove into the science as to how my mind and body produce the hormones that it does in order for me to take control of those things versus letting them control me. And when you look at the opportunities and options that are available, you either go down meditation and you slow down and you can go that route. Well, I don't know about you, I'm working 60 hours a week now building things out. I didn't have time to do those and implement those things. The flip side is I can go down harmful pharmaceuticals such as Xanax and Afrin and a numerous laundry list of harmful drugs that my doctor gives me. Well, that's an easy way. But here's the problem is all of the side effects that happen around me if I come to the agreement that maybe I need some help. We all need help. So building out this community that I've been behind for the last 2 years, you see, I am no different than you, and the things that I deal with even today are the same things that you are dealing with. But what I want you to know is that we're in this together. You're not alone. It's not something that's a crutch. It's not a bad thing. We're not bad people. But I truly believe that we are built for a bigger purpose, that we are here to show others how to love, how to learn, how to build, and how to give back. So for me, this is a movement. This movement means so much to me that we've sold our house to put more money into the business. I've lost all other sources of income outside of some things I do for coaching because I'm putting every dollar and every ounce of energy. If it's not inside of helping other people take business ideas, it's around helping other people understand that we are here for something bigger. You see, this is not just about being born, paying bills, and dying and just letting life happen. It's about making life happen for us. So that is the story behind the story of so many people that want to know. It's not about a funny commercial. It's not about a gimmick. It's I truly believe more in what it is we are doing, and I believe more as people that we're built for something bigger. So my goal is not only to go against the pharmaceutical companies, it's to provide everybody I can and as many people as I can with a gateway and a doorway to understand that there's bigger potential. With that, I'll leave you with this Friday message. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate every single comment, every thread that we get into, and every email and every testimonial and every text. Please keep them coming because it's what keeps me moving on that. I'll see you on the other side.